Hello, Elisa Meredith at Tailwind here. I'd like to take you through our Board Insights dashboard so you can understand what the numbers mean and how they can help you inform and improve your Pinterest strategy. So here we are in Board Insights on Tailwind. Board Insights are really important, especially if you're using group boards. Group boards can be great for getting your content in front of new people, but if they're not performing, it's better to leave. You don't want to end up with your pins in a bad Pinterest neighborhood because that can decrease the reach on all your pins. We're also going to use Board Insights to figure out which boards are working really well for us so that we can spend more time creating and curating content to save to those boards. So here's what to look for. First, we're going to change the date range from 7 days to 30 days. Now I'm going to uncheck secret boards because we don't really care about the virality on secret boards since nobody can see them. Okay, now I like to sort by virality because that's just repins divided by pin. Engagement score is influenced by the number of followers you have, so I'm really more interested in the activity per pin, but it's up to you what you'd like to prioritize. So now I'm going to scan through here and I'm going to look for virality scores that are above or below the average. That is my average. If it's really low, I might want to decide if I want to keep it or not. If it's really high, it might seem like, oh, here's one I should prioritize. But it's important to make sure it's still working. So Kate All of Simple Pin Media made this suggestion that you click through on the board's name to go to Pin Inspector and see the pins on that board. Sort them by the date pinned and see if the pins are still working well for you. Hasn't been a lot of activity recently. That's partly my fault. So even though it looks like a great virality score, it may not be one that I really should prioritize. I'm going to do that for all of them just to make sure that I'm making the right decisions here. Now, if I find that a board is not working well, or maybe it's just not relevant to my account, so maybe one of these down here. Well, I know this one's not doing well, but here's what you can do. You can click to see the board on Pinterest, and you have several different options. So you could click on the little pencil. You can either delete the board completely, it's gone forever. If you don't have to access it ever again and you don't mind losing followers who might be following just that board, here's a new option. You can archive it if you think you might want to bring it back again someday, but you don't want this board or its pins to be visible to others, and you don't want to see suggestions based on this content in your feed anymore. You can, however, restore this board to your profile later if you want to, and you can even share it with people while it's in archive. You could also set your board to secret if you still want to save pins to this board for your own reference. This is what I often do if it's the topic that isn't doing well on Pinterest, but I'm still interested in collecting resources on it. And you can always set that back to public later on. So that's how I use Board Insights to help me determine which boards are working the best so I can decide which ones I need to create and curate more content for.